What weird thing would you make socially acceptable if you could? Short naps at work. Taking a social time out without having to smoke or occupy the bathroom. My workday is 6 to 8 hours, it's an open plan office, lunch is social, and I have at least an hour commute per day. That's at least twice my maximum social energy per day. Eating alone in small cities. I used to live in NYC and ate alone all the time. No one ever noticed or cared. I moved to a small beach city. People react to me dining alone as if I were naked and eating a live animal's entrails with my bare hands while screaming the lyrics to the Klondike Bar ice cream commercial. The IRS telling you how much you owe in taxes. Running in public to get to places quicker. Walking my pig on a leash. Being able to take a day off because you just want to as opposed to having to come up with an excuse. Staying completely silent in other people's company. Yes, siestas, in the middle of the workday. Capes. Not wearing a bra, I feel weird like everybody notices when I don't wear one in public and other women give rude looks. I just wanna be comfortable. Probably readjusting your sack. I hate when mine gets stuck in a weird spot but I can't move it until I get home. Frilly dresses for adults. Am I the only one? I loved wearing them at Christmas and Easter as a little girl. Now I feel like I can't get away with it. Satin, lace, pastel-colored ruffles, puffy sleeves, embroidered flowers and ribbons, a skirt that flies out when you spin around. Maybe even a corset. Looks silly on a grown woman, especially if everyone else is wearing blue jeans and t-shirts. I sure miss dressing up like that though. Skipping. It's more fun and energy efficient than running. I sometimes do it when I'm alone, because I like the way it feels. Not being always productive and not devoting one's life to making money. Sitting. On the floor or anywhere really. You know that thing we all do where we're walking and suddenly realize we are going the wrong direction or need to change direction, so we stop, pull out our phones, pretend like we read something, and then start walking in a new direction? Yet I'd just start randomly changing directions on the fly. Edit, my first silver for this? Alright, thanks kind stranger. Until people are very polarized on this issue. Correcting other people's kids. Not physically, but telling them to quit their bullshit if their parents aren't doing it. Going out in more costume-style clothing. I'm not talking about overpriced Halloween store crap either, I mean being able to walk around in full Victorian-era clothing, Jedi robes or good pirate wear. I'm tired of looking normal, damn it. Swinging around toy lightsabers, when you're a teenager/adult. Classifying women not wearing makeup as lazy/normalizing a fresh face on women, even to formal events. Sure, it looks nice, but can't a lady just rock some nice hair and a fancy outfit, the same way men do? Talking about our mental health issues. We all face some level of depression or anxiety. Why are we lying and pretending to be happy all the time? Introverts being allowed to skip parties without being judged. Abruptly leaving conversations that you don't want to participate in. For example, one could simply declare "this bores me. Goodbye," then promptly depart. Men should be allowed to express emotions without being seen as weak. It upsets me to see people in pain due to things that aren't their fault. Dressing for comfort over style. I want to live in a world where it's perfectly fine to show up at a job interview in a sweatshirt. The need to wear nice clothes is an arbitrary rule we created for ourselves. Men hugging each other often and showing affection. I used to see this when I was younger, then I think as a society we decided to label such behavior as gay. Women being topless. It sucks that in hot weather men and kids can roam around topless, but a woman can practically get arrested in some places for having her boobs on show. Bras and bikini tops are frickin' uncomfortable, not to mention rubbish tan lines. They've started trying to make breastfeeding in public less of an issue, so who knows, maybe I'll be able to get my baps out in a few years. Draping myself in velvet. Running, jogging rather than speed walking. Sometimes my walk home after I park is like 5 minutes and I'd be there in 2 seconds if I could run without people thinking something is wrong. I wish that people would stop conflating women not wearing makeup with being unprofessional. I worked in a place where a girl was told she looked unprofessional when she didn't wear makeup. Yikes. People wearing masks, I love putting mine on so people don't see my face. Wearing cute childish stuff. People giving weird looks kind of ruins the fun. Non-sexual nudity, nudism, naturism, etc. Being free of clothes in the sun is an experience I wish everyone could have. Let men drink sweet cocktails without being judged. Being nice to kids. I personally don't think it's weird, but the majority of my country thinks it is. I would make gay marriage legal in my country. Here in Hungary it's an unaccepted thing. Being asexual or aromantic. Top hats and capes. Walking cats on leashes or in strollers. No chit-chat as a social default. Men having a full emotional range. A lot of things people seem to just find weird that are actually harmless. Stimming, humming, hand flapping, preferring not to communicate verbally, enjoying quiet or being unintentionally loud. I guess I'd like to normalize being polite, lol, let people be odd as long as they're harmless. For the past 6 years I have been sleeping with him in exchange for discounts on our supplies and Outback Steakhouse gift certificates. Shouting oh fuck in public transport when you remember you forgot to buy groceries on the way home. In the States? Signs of affection between straight men. Wearing a mask to not spread viruses. Uncomfortable silences. Why do we feel it's necessary to yak about BS in order to be comfortable? Women being topless in public. If men can do it, we should be able to as well. Crocheting or knitting at parties for calming me when I have no more to drink or become suddenly asocial. Not ironing our clothes. Like seriously, they don't really looks worse if you don't do it, and if no one did it we would save so much time. No bras in public. End the big titty oppression. Singing and dancing in public. Not for money, just because. Being able to sit in silence with someone without it being awkward. People shouldn't feel obligated to come up with conversation, it makes interacting stressful. I do not believe in awkward silences. Talk about something when it comes to you and conversations will feel way more natural and interesting. Women being topless. Men walk around topless, nipples out, and it's totally normal. But women have to cover them, they're blurred out by the media, it's indecent exposure if they walk around topless. Make fashion and all clothing options gender neutral. Not talking or smiling to anyone in public. It has nothing to do with you, people are not happy all the time and sometimes I just want to get in and get out. Men should be able to wear skirts and dresses. Sometimes we need some air down there and to look cute. And yes, I know kilts exist, but that's the Scots thing. Doing the Phoebe run from Friends in public. Running with wild arms whilst flapping your entire body around like an inflatable tube person is a much more efficient way to burn calories, and is way more fun than a regular run. You feel like you've done a HIIT workout after, but this might be because you have to go significantly faster to avoid the shame. Bald head for women. Men should be allowed to call their male friends their boyfriends as ladies can call her female friends her girlfriends. Got to level that playing field out. Going to the shop or whatever in PJs or a bathrobe. I want to dance anywhere in public. No, I'm not on meth, I just love to dance. Carrying around stuffed animals. They make me happy, sad face. Me. I'm a simple man, farting in public. Imagine not having to feel bloated for extended amounts of time because you really need to let one rip, but are in a location where that would be frowned upon. Going around in sandals even when it's cold. I have a condition that makes shoes so uncomfortable, the only bad thing about it is PPL stepping on your feet. Complimenting other men. Fleece pants and slippers at work. Daddy likes to be cozy. Having your work ethic, not your ass-kissing skills, prioritized and appreciated. Both in jobs and school. Picking my nose. It's so much easier to get a crusty booger out with my finger than it is to try and blow it out for 5 minutes into a tissue. Farting. I would like to sleeping with teddy bears at age 10 plus was acceptable. Gamer girls. Trick or treating when you're not under the age of 14. Burping/farting loudly and in public. We all do it. It's a natural thing. Why pretend like it's not a part of being a person? Going to the bathroom for 15 minutes. Christmas lights and decorations for every holiday. If other people are at my house having fun but I'm tired, I just want to be able to go to bed, but they can stay and have a good time. Dungeons and Dragons. It's really not as weird as people think, it's acting. We watch TV, movies, plays, it's not any different, and playing a board game at the same time. People really need to get over the whole satanic panic thing, it's not devil worship, and it's not really all that weird. It's a much more social activity and mentally stimulating activity than binging Netflix or playing video games, and has helped me make and sustain great friendships. But stuff. Not drinking alcohol at gatherings. Getting into different field than engineering, doctor, law. Stains on clothes. Like not fresh stains or large abnormalities, but you know, if there's a little discoloration that won't come out in the wash, I don't want to feel like everyone will notice it and think I don't wash my clothes enough. Being able to just wave or say hi to people you hardly know. There's nothing worse than an awkward 5-minute catch-up chat at the store with someone I haven't seen in years. Eating alone at a restaurant. I mean, sort of limited now due to COVID, but before COVID, when people would hear of me doing that, they said they felt terrible and how depressing that sounds. I'm like, why? Just another day for me. Doesn't feel weird or anything. It's quite nice to get away from constant chats and have a nice quiet meal while being out and about. Being able to be honest about how you feel without being bullied or belittled. Wearing shorts at work during summer. Why wear pants when you could be more comfortable? Saying that I don't want to go out without the need of giving a acceptable fake excuse. Sometimes I don't feel like going out, but people don't always just accept it. They keep pushing me, so most of the times I just have to sort out some lame excuse. Hugging and kissing friends, telling them you love them. Feel like these interactions are so closely linked to romantic affection when platonic love is just as important and fulfilling. Wearing cloaks Lord of the Rings style. Fuck jackets, all my homies wear medieval cloaks. Farting. Not shaving your legs. Being able to piss in public. If you turn 30 and you aren't married, you should be allowed to register for gifts. It's not fair that married people get to enjoy better blenders and LE Cruiset. I also want nice kitchen appliances and cookware, and I don't know why I have to pay for it just because I only date losers. Eating raw hot dogs. Kissing/cuddling friends. Wearing things for comfort rather than fashion. I want to wear my comfortable oversized, yet stained hoodie, but I can't because it doesn't look nice. Makes more sense pre-COVID, but if it's raining heavily, being able to hop under someone's umbrella if you don't have one. Especially if they are those big giant golf umbrellas. Social nudity. Going out in your jammies. Wearing socks to bed. I found out recently that this is apparently blasphemous to do. Telling people that you just don't like them or have no interest in them. Not picking up a phone call and calling back later when you have time. Skipping. More efficient than walking, less tiring than running, and way more fun than both of those combined. Naked female nipples in social media.